चलिए बात करते हैं. Let's talk about one of the most ancient philosophies from India, Jainism. What is Jainism? And let us understand it in the present context. Jainism is not a new philosophy. It's very old. You may ask me about the proofs. What are the proofs of ancient Jain origin? Ancient Indian texts give mention about them. Dakshinamurti Sahasranam Granth mentions about Jain people. The text writes, Shiva Uvach, Jain Margarato Jain Jit Kurutu Jitamaya. यानी भगवान श्री शिव बोले कि जैन मार्ग काम में चलने वाले लोग क्रोध को जीतने वाले, रोगों को जीतने वाले होते. पुराणा. This is another text. अष्टष्टु तीर्थसु यात्रायाम यह फलम श्री आदिनाथ देवस्य स्मरणीय तदपि. Means 68. If you visit 68 different temples, instead of that, if you just remember Adinath, the first Tirthankar of Jainism, that is equivalent. Nagar Puran, most ancient and respected Indian Grantha, they also give mention. Mahabharata gives mention. Aruhasva Ratham Partha Gandiv Kare Kuru Nirjata Medini Manye Nirgrantha Yadi Sanmukhe. हे अर्जुन रथ पर सवार हो और गांडीव धनुष हाथ में लो. मैं जानता हूं कि जिसके सम्मुख दिगंबर मुनि आ रहे हैं उनकी जीत निश्चित है. दिगंबर मुनि मीन्स जैन मुनि, because in ancient India all the Jain saints were completely without any cloth. Yajurveda gives mention about Jains. Om Namo Arhanto Rishabho means Arhant नाम वाले ऋषभ देव को प्रणाम हो. Rigveda has many shloka richas in which there is a mention of Jain saints. So, who is the first Tirthankar? The first Tirthankar, because the Jainism has been well established in India by 24 Tirthankara. The first Tirthankara is Adinath or Rishabdev. He has many names, but these are the more popular names, Adinath and Rishabdev. He was son of King Nabhi and Marudevi. He had two wives, Sunanda and Sumangala. And he introduced Asi, Masi, Krishi, Vidya, Vanij and Shilp. And these 6 arts he tried to train to the people. And Brahmi Lipi, he had 2 daughters, Sundari and Brahmi. His sons had 100 sons. Most prominent among them were Bharat Chakravarti and Bahubali. Bharat is the name of the king against whom we find the name Bharat. Bharat was the eldest son of Rishabh Dev, and he fought with his brothers, particularly Bahubali. He lost the battle, but Bahubali eventually donated all his kingdom back to Bharat and became saint, and Bharat became the king of entire India, and therefore the name Bharat Chakravarti. Now we come to straight 22nd Tirthankar, NEMINATH. He was cousin of Lord Krishna. He left his marriage. He came actually for his marriage, but when he saw that many animals were to be killed, so he got very dissatisfied, and he didn't want any animals to be killed, so he left the marriage and became a saint, and then we know him as a Tirthankar. So then 23rd Tirthankar is Parshwanath. He tried to save burning snakes, and therefore you find the symbols of snakes with Parshwanath. With the Rishabdev, we have the symbol of bull. Then 24th Tirthankar is Mahaveer. He established the present organization of Jainism. Present order, present organization is his creation. And many stories of Mahaveer are prevalent, like a snake tried to bite him, but he tried to love that snake also. So there are many stories of him. Now, Jainism will enable a person to understand the goals of life. In Jainism, the most important goal is knowledge. Knowledge is different levels. The initial knowledge is like Mati Gyan, Shruti Gyan, means you are able to understand, you are able to listen, you are able to get knowledge from others. Then higher level of knowledge starts through our own efforts, which are like Manah Pragyay Gyan, Avdhi Gyan, and Keval Gyan. This Kevalya Gyan is the ultimate goal of life. Every human being has to attain Kevalya Gyan. That is the ultimate goal of life. That is the last to achieve. This is very difficult to attain because to get this ultimate knowledge, you have to liberate yourself from all your own the Jainism does not have any god. The Jainism philosophy is built on your own yourself. You are because of your own thought process, because of your own karmas. You are human being because you wanted to be a human being. You created some karma. Because of them, you are here. You might have done some good thing, some bad thing, the result of which is coming to you. And your thoughts, your sanskar, your thinking is creating your future. What you are thinking now will create your future. So Keval Gyan is understanding the truth of life in clarity. So when you become very clear about life, about the purpose of life, then you attain Kevalya Gyan. There is no confusion thereafter. You are able to see everything, and everything is clear. That is the ultimate state of mind. That is self-realization. The Kevalya Gyan is the ultimate. So what is that? Who has created all these problems for you? It is your own karma. Karma means bondage. You do something that will have reaction. Every action has a reaction. You do something that will have a reaction. You get stuck in this life. When you become clear, there is a path in Jain philosophy which is called Ashrav Samvar Nirjara. You did something, you were emotionally attached, you were emotionally tied, therefore you acquired bondage, karma bandh. This has stuck you now. When you will live your life, you will be able to get rid of it. And if you stop, your goal is to stop new bondage. So through knowledge, through proper understanding, through proper clarity, you are able to keep yourself away from new bondage. And then nirjara means your old karmas will disappear from you. So Jainism is based on the principles of austerity. Follow very simple things. The most simple things like truth, non-violence, non-stealing, aparigraha, brahmacharya. They will help you to become normal person, a natural person. Nature, be nature close. Nature should be respected. Respect the nature and try to attain your own soul. The a fundamental understanding has to be created. The understanding that our soul and our body, they are separate. Right now, because I am talking to you, there is a bondage between my soul and my body. But I have to understand the difference between my body and my soul. This understanding will come slowly and slowly. There are many practices in Jain philosophy which can enable a person to understand this difference. One important meditation that Jainas do is Jain people undertake that meditation in which they try to see that their body is different from their soul. They keep it is like shavasana, slightly, I mean, very similar to shavasana. Shavasana is when you try to keep your body as dead body and keep your soul different, right? So, like that, Jains also do meditation, and through which they are able to get a very high clarity about differences between their soul and body. There are some basic words that you might have heard about Jain philosophy, like kamat kamna, that is seeking apologies from everybody, every human being, every living being. Whomsoever you have done some wrong, seek apologies, and also pardoning everybody. Neither having any hatred, nor asking, nor having anybody to have any hatred. So, kamat kamna, in simple words, means I respect you, please forgive me for my deeds if I have hurt you, and I also forgive you for any deed that you might have done to me, so that I have cleared any misunderstanding about you, and I also request you, please forgive me. So this is very simple, kamat kamna. Similar concept is michhami dukkadam, which means I want, I do not want any bondage. I just want apologies from everybody, and I just want to get rid of the impact of the acts that I have done in my past. So I apologize from the entire universe. And I wish the entire universe to be happy and rid me of my mistakes. Lifestyle of Jainism is very simple. They use simple sattvic food. Simple sattvic food means they'll take only vegetarian food, fresh food. Chauvihar means it's essential for every Jain that he doesn't take any food after sunset. And after sunrise in morning, he will take after 1 hour. So the sunrise and sunset are very important. When sunrise takes place, they will worship sun, and thereafter, after 1 hour, they will start taking food. The food must be having some sunlight. Similarly, at the day end, when the sun will end, before that, they will take their food, water, everything. After sunset, no food, no water. That is called Chauvihar. And it is good for health also. And primary idea in Jainist philosophy is to ensure highest level of non-violence and to ensure that you take food which is in front of sun. So that is a very important part. Jain saints in Digambar sect remain completely naked. They don't have anything with them. Shvetambars wear white cloth. They also have very limited things with them. Then Samaik. Samaik is a type of meditation wherein you remain calm, seated, maun, meditative for 1 hour or approximately 1 hour. So this is an ancient Indian practice of meditation. Samaik means keeping equanimity towards the entire world, almost 1 hour. One samaik. You can take two samaik, you can take three samaik. Another similar technique is Kayotsarg. Kayotsarg is very similar to Shavasana. In Kayotsarg, you completely differentiate yourself from your body. Your soul is different, your body is different. You make your body different. You try to leave your body, and that is why it is called Kayotsarg. Then Nokarsi. Nokarsi means the after sun arises for 1 or 2 hours, you do not take any food. You worship. You wait for the sun. The sun after sunrise, after at least 1 hour or 2 hours, then you take your first food, whatever you have to take. Jain people undertake upvas, tap, varshitap. Upvas means for 1 day no food. Tap, tapasya, varshitap for 1 whole year. 1 day they take food, next day upvas. Another next day again food as per their regulation, then next day again upvas. This continues for 1 year. Therefore it is called varshitap. Then Maskaman. Maskaman means for complete 1 month, you don't take any food. Then Athai. Athai means for 8 days, you don't take any food. Little children, you can find small children doing Athai. And obviously, they are able to develop greater spirituality, greater willpower, and they are able to develop good health also, because these practices are purifying practices. When you are able to purify your soul, purify your body, you are able to remain free from any diseases. One very important thing which has come in news many times is Santhara or Sanlekhana. And that is when you want to leave the world, then when you find that you don't have any desire left, you do not want to leave, you don't have any responsibility, you don't have any work to do, you want to leave the world. That is when you stop taking food and water, and slowly, I mean, every day you do meditation, every day you take spiritual lessons, and slowly you become, you slowly acquire your death, and ultimately you die. That is called Santhara-Sanlekhana. In ancient India, we have reference of many great people taking Santhara. For example, Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Maurya Empire, he adopted Santhara at the last stage of his life and died through Santhara. There are stories of 16 great ladies who are considered ideal for everybody. Those stories are passed on in Jain philosophy. They inspire the young generation. Now, what is the relevance of Jain philosophy in the present time? Now, Jain philosophy emphasizes that you are responsible for what you are. Whatever you are at present is because of your past, and what you will do today will create your past. So you are responsible. You will remain responsible for what you are, and your action will decide your own future. So you will be making your own future yourself. So you have to take responsibility for this. It means you have to act very responsibly. Even thought, a small thought in your mind can create a problem for you. Therefore, you have to be very responsible, not only in your action, but also in your thoughts. Nobody is looking at your thoughts, but if you will have a wrong thought, it will have an impact on your future. So, Jain philosophy can enable you to become more responsible. You'll make your own future following Jain philosophy. It will bring better health to you. It will bring help to you in understanding the world better. You will be able to understand why this world evolved, what will happen to this world, how this world will move, what will be the future. You will understand these better through Jain philosophy. Jain philosophy will enable you to decide about your own goals, your path. It will help you in setting your own milestones for life. These clarities, your values, your goals, your path, what to do, what not to do, these are decided to a great extent by your philosophy. And Jainism is basically philosophy. A person who is following Jainism will say no to non-veg food, will give strict no to slaughterhouse. He will neither promote slaughterhouse, nor he will allow any slaughterhouse, nor he will, you know, the 22nd Tirthankara Neminath. I just narrated the story of him before you. When he saw that lot of animals are going to be killed because of his marriage, he immediately freed all the animals and he became saint. So Jainism, uh, Jain people will not promote any slaughterhouse. They will not promote anybody to undertake to establish slaughterhouse. Any form of killing animals, birds, or innocent beings will not be permitted, will not be encouraged. This is fundamental. No to killing of animals. A Jain person will not kill anybody, any human being, any animals, any insect, any bird, any living being. He will do such jobs which he will do such jobs which will enable him to promote compassion, love, care. Therefore, Jain people have very limited career options. They cannot take up a job in which you have to you have to engage in any such activity. Like a Jain person will not take job in a restaurant where non-veg food is served. A Jain person will not undertake promotion, advertising of a product which is non-vegetarian, will not sell products which is non-vegetarian. Therefore, career options are limited. Within those choices, the person has to go for career. And a Jain person, if a person is following Jain philosophy, he has to try to promote compassion, care, love for, I mean, nature, forestry, animals, birds. He has to help all of them. He has to do all these things because that is the path that he has taken up. Thank you all. My purpose was to clear your doubts. If you like this, you please share this so that more and more people are able to get clear idea about what is it. Clarity about basic philosophy of Jain religion, Jain philosophy. Jainism is more of a philosophy. It is, I would not call it a religion, it is more of philosophy. Religion is something which is binding you. In that way, Jain philosophy also binds you, but it brings clarity to you. It doesn't stop you from worshipping others. You can be Jain, you can worship every god, no problem at all. But the fundamental belief in Jain philosophy, you have to understand that ultimately you are responsible. There is nothing like God. No God can change your karma. No God can change your scripture. You are responsible for for what you are today, and you are responsible for your own future and for well-being of everybody. You have, if you want to do something to bring greater prosperity for everybody.